Greeting fellow modelers. Today, in part 5 of 6 of the Kartonowa Kolekcja HAWKER Hurricane, which I recolored and reduced to 1/72nd scale, we're going to deal with the spinner detail, the carburetor intake detail, the air intake for the radiator, and making ourselves some beautiful prop. All this and more coming up. Let's take time to just look at how we got here. So far, an incredibly beautiful looking model. Thanks so much to my Patreon members who, because of them, made this content possible. And you who join me every weekend. Now, you see I have matte picture varnish? That's what I use to coat the model so that it will be good looking, solid, and uniform. Now, you see the detail of the landing leg gear, how it came out? It's great. So now we're going to focus on doing the spinner, the air intake, and the prop blades. Look at that model. So let's get to work. For the spinner assembly, we're going to go into the details. First, we're going to cut out the base of the spinner. We're cutting the holes out through which the prop blades will fit. Now we're going to cut a little extra off one side. I really love the HAWKER Hurricane. I was surprised at how huge it was compared to like the Messerschmitt or even the Spitfire. It was really a big fighter. So here, that little extension that I left on, that's what I will use to be the base to hook it. It is so small that the overlap won't be noticeable. And at the end of the day, we are going to paint it. So the kit comes with two type of spinner cone. It comes with one with the dark outline around it, and you have the one that's just clear. You see how I'm forming the spinner? I roll it both ways. I roll it the way you see me now, and also to form the cone at the nose. We put in a joint tab. We take our time because, again, when you're doing paper models, few things you're going to pay attention to. The nose of the aircraft, you're going to pay attention to the cockpit, you're going to pay attention to everything else. If you get the nose right and the cockpit right, you're halfway there. Now here we're putting joiner tab at the base of the spinner that we have done. And the Alene tacky glue that I use for my model is second to none. This glue is perfect for building these models. So here I've made a joiner tab, I cut it, and then add some glue, and then I lock into place gently. Keep rotating, keep locking, and use my kit decorating tool, the ball of it, to really maintain that proper curve. The glue in the tip, you take your time to press and circle. Everybody has a different way to do it. That was just my way. Once it's set, I just add a little super glue on the inside to keep it in place. Here now is what will hold the blade of the prop later. Just check the fit, align it, good. So that's where, at the end of the day, the prop blades with the toothpick serving as a base of the prop will go. Let's put on the base of that spinner plate. We cut it out, we slide into position and sand if necessary. But once we get it in there, we super glue everything down. Lovely. Now once that is done, we're going to punch a small hole and test the fit. Take your time and check. And that's beautiful. A beautiful fit. Almost scale-like. Now we're going to use watercolor pencil. And then we're going to now paint the spinner. In painting the spinner, we just make sure we get the joints. Take your time to paint. And then here's my secret weapon. I use matte varnish. You can freeze the video and look on it, but that's the varnish I use, oil varnish, to get the spinner looking good. Put that spinner aside and let's deal with the radiator assembly. Now, it's three main parts for there. We're going to first cut out the parts, put them aside so we know that these are necessary. These here, what I'm cutting out is a radiator for the front and the back. And then that's a reinforcement on the inside. And that last one would be the former for the mouth of the radiator. So the first thing we're going to do is curl the inside of the radiator. So you say curl it. So on the inside would be the coating of the egg green. We put in the radiator tip there, and now we're going to form the outside. We form that, and we're going to put this aside also. So now we have the outside, inside, and now we're going to form the main area. I really love how this model is turning out so far. It's really a spectacular model. And remember, this is at 1/72nd scale. The original is 1/33 scale. Highly recommend you get this kit. It's really a lovely kit to build. And remember, this at this reduced scale, if I can get this done, can you imagine the beauty that you will be able to do at 1/33 scale? Here we're just putting in joint tab, which is from some strip of supermarket receipt. So the paper is really thin. There we go. The other side, cut that up, and we're good. Once we get that done, we're going to now join the outer shell that we made. So we put in a basic joiner tab. Remember, it's from a thin strip of paper, which is from the receipt, what I get from credit card receipt. That's what I use. And now we're going to join the outer face. There we go. Carefully align, and then we lock everything up. The radiator is really looking really good. Now we put in the inner part, which we first built, and it's a snug fit, so take your time to put in. It will fit, it's just that it's very snug. Great. And now that we have got that, now we're going to use a template that was given to us to make sure that the entrance for the radiator looks really decent. Now we're going to put the reinforcement behind it to lock that up, and then we're going to put the one on top, and that spacing that there serve as a spacing to then put the face of the radiator at the back. So put a little glue there, lock that down. Then we put our radiator face at the back, and pretty much that is it. So let's put this together on the model. We put the base, which will serve as the alignment, that semicircle, and we're going to cut the radiator flap. Make 2 cuts there, and so that we can fold it out to whatever angle we need to just bring a little more detail to the model. Generous amount of glue now will be put on the top. Sorry for the whiteout from the bright light. And then we gently put in position. Check the alignment. Lock it down. That's just so beautiful. And then we just wipe the excess glue off and leave to dry. Check the angles. Make sure everything is aligned. Put aside. The Carburattor Assembly now is, it is really small. The aim of this now is that we're going to cut it out and we're going to roll it using our toothpick both ways. We're going to roll it latitudinally and longitudinally. In other words, on both axes. So this way now we can get our proper compound curve. Sorry for it being out of focus. I tried to zoom in to try show as much as I could. And this is when I shot using 1080p. Should do a higher resolution next time for stuff like these. Put in our journal tab, and once we get it in the basic position, we try to then make sure maintain that curve. And here you see now I'm trying to get the carburetor to curve. Lovely. And just like the radiator, the carburetor has a lip, a face that will go into the front. So we drop that in the front, just on the inside, and that's it. That's the location of where the carburetor goes. And look at that. Set it carefully, check often, let the glue dry, and now for the propeller assembly. I mean, we're going great guns. We're going to cut this out. You see 4 of 6 blades that I've cut out for the face. Now, because the model is looking so good, we really have to bring it up to a certain standard. So we're going to use our toothpick to roll the blade. And then we're going to shave down our toothpick. And this is what we will use to maintain the thickness, the chord of the prop blade, and a slight curvature of it. Then we put glue along the edges of it, and then onto it we put the other half. And once this is joined and we make sure it's flat and straight, the edges, use a tweezer to try make sure as much as possible that the edge is straight. And once we do this, we then paint it just like that. So we paint the edge all around, we paint the base, and when we're finished especially, we get the yellow tip, the warning yellow for the blade tip. Paint the base. Later on we can cut it. And here you see I use a generous amount of watercolor paint to just dip the yellow on. We cut the excess off. There we go. And then we slot it in. And just like that, we are almost finished with our model. Just bits and bobs left to do on it. Thank you so much for joining me, and that will be it for this episode. See you again next week as we complete this model. Let me know if you got anything from what you see here today. Until then, walk good, be gentle with yourself. One love.